Hey, Joel.
Yeah?
Hey, I've got a really good idea.
I'm ready for it.
What if we made a podcast?
Welcome to Joel and Uriah's Terrible Ideas. I'm Joel.
And I am Uriah.
And this is our podcast. We have one and it's ours. You can't have it. Don't take it from us.
No, you
It's
can't.
ours, and it's the only thing we've got going for us some days. I promise you. No, this is
Strong energy. That was really...
Oh,
That was some
Is that
really
a bad-
strong energy. Joel, do you see why I normally do the intro?
yes, I see it. I see it now.
No, that was really
Okay.
good. I do want you to know that it is ours. We do make it, but we make it to give to people. We make it to give to you, listener.
Yeah,
because-
sometimes I forget that. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, we do. This is a gift to society.
We bought it on clearance. No gift receipt. So you can't take it back. You're stuck with it.
It's like a white elephant gift to society. It's the gift no one wanted, but some people really enjoy.
It's true. It's true.
Oh,
man.
This is a podcast where we alternate weeks coming up with terrible ideas. One of the terrible ideas I just had was introing this podcast. I think we're going to let Uriah do that from now on. But you know what? It's not my week to come up with an idea.
It's not.
It's
No.
yours.
It's my week since Joel interrupted me last
Yeah.
week with the deleted scenes episode.
Oh, man.
Joel, here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to make a tourist destination.
Okay.
So here's what's up.
You just want to make one.
I'm sorry?
You just want to make one.
I want to create
Like,
one. Yeah, I want to, and we can
It doesn't exist, and you're
Well-
going to create something, and people are going to show up to it.
Yes, that's the plan. So you are in Michigan. I used to as a child we vacationed in Michigan up in the UP a lot.
Okay.
And especially
Yeah.
in the UP, there are these little tourist trap stores all over the place. From basically
All over.
once you get to the Mackinac Bridge to
Yep.
Wisconsin, tourist traps everywhere.
Right.
And
yes.
there's some hilarious ones, right? Like the mystery spot. You know, you see that advertised everywhere in Michigan. And you get
Yep.
there, it's a little disappointing. I went once.
What's there, Uriah? I've never been.
I am not going
Break the mystery.
I'm not going to tell you what it is because that's their business, and I don't want to take their business away from them and then get sued for the no dollars that we have. I also,
All right,
I also want you to.
But for real, go ahead and tell me. And now just bleep this spot, editing Uriah.
Yeah, there's a there's a thing that kind of and hangs and
Ooh.
through the and you go on this little walk, and when you're done with the walk,
Oh, that's
there's
interesting. Yep.
yeah. So, anyways, that's what's at the
Okay.
mystery spot.
Well, thank you.
There's also, I think, one of the greatest goofs of our time. The Youpers are a comedy group out of the Upper Peninsula, and they are an absolute riot to listen to. And they have what they affectionately they call it. The name of their business up there is the Youpers Tourist Trap, and it totally plays into it's like it's making fun of this concept and also being this concept at the same time. It's a wonderful experience. I've been a couple of times. Again, I haven't been since I was a child, so I don't even know if it's still there.
Okay.
But it is, I remember it being delightful because it was both the thing and making fun of the thing. So I want to, in earnest, create something to attract vacationers.
Okay.
And if we have to make fun of it along the way, we can do that too.
All right. Is there a specific location you're thinking this should happen?
That's part of the idea. That's part of what we need to develop right now. I literally, I write, Joel, when I have an idea, I write down the question and then I stop. Because I want to figure it out with you.
Got it.
So I will say, I think our best bet is probably in the like roadside attraction, world's biggest ball of paint, world's longest ball of twine or something. I don't know. Why are they always balls?
World's, yeah, they are, aren't they? Balls of something.
Yeah. Anyways.
World's largest ball of charging cords? That could be a thing.
That could be a thing. You know what? Oh, that's it. Okay, Joel, it's a roadside attraction, but we need to update it for the modern era. Right. Like a lot of these, right, like Route 66, things from the, the early 1900s.
In Iowa, there's world's biggest truck stop in Iowa, and then there's Wall Drug out in the Dakotas.
Mm-hmm. Those are great. Those are wonderful. But I think
right. You should go see them.
Right, absolutely. So we need to bring it into the 21st century, kicking and screaming.
Okay. Kicking and screaming.
Right. So what are
just like the children that are required to stop there with their parents and don't want to.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, I see the vision.
Okay. So the answer to where is along a highway somewhere going east to west in the United States.
Okay.
Well,
there are 3 interstates that go fully from East Coast to West Coast. It's I-10, I-40, and I-80.
Okay.
No, I-40, I-80, and I-90. Sorry.
I love that you just know this off the top of your head.
Of course I do. This is the kind of stuff I thrive on.
Well, so as a master of interstate geography, where do you think this
I-40
belongs?
would probably be better for an outdoor type place because it is more like North Carolina, Tennessee in the south kind of area, whereas I-80, I-90 both go through Chicago. 90 goes further north into, does that go into Minnesota and further north, whereas 80 just goes straight through Iowa.
Yeah.
So they all go out that way, but 40 is probably your best bet because it will have more traffic through the year, and the traffic that does go through will be experiencing more milder temperatures.
Okay.
Wow, that's a really reasoned explanation.
That was way better than I expected you to give me. I figured you would just say one of them because it's cool.
So I-40.
Okay,
let's do I-40.
Cool. So somewhere along I-40, I guess we'll have to kind of keep an eye on real estate prices and see what's really, what's good. I think we probably aren't going to be able to secure a plot on an exit, right? Like we're not going to be able to be next to the...
Yeah, we don't have that kind of money.
No, but I think that if we there's got to be some farmer somewhere along I-40 who's going out of business. He's retiring. He's farmed long enough. He'll sell us a little plot of land along one of those back roads, and we will put our tourist trap there.
Okay. There is some Arkansas, Oklahoma real estate on I-40. Not saying that would be less expensive, but I would expect that would be less expensive.
I could do Arkansas. I could see Arkansas.
Arkansas. All right. Arkansas, I-40. Do we have any listeners from Arkansas? I mean, we had that big kerfuffle with Ohio last week.
I haven't seen any, but that doesn't mean they don't exist.
Okay. I mean, we could literally throw anything in Arkansas and it'd be a tourist trap at this point in time, I think.
Okay.
Sorry, was that too real?
No, that's good. That's probably, I've driven through Arkansas, so seems pretty reasonable.
That's true.
So, yeah, I think, okay, so we find a little plot off the highway, off of I-40 in Arkansas, but we still haven't answered the question, what are we going to put there?
I don't know that I want to go with world's largest ball of fill in the blank.
Probably not. I think we can do, I think it does need to be the world's superlative something, though. Maybe it doesn't need to be the biggest ball of wax or whatever. We don't,
right.
But I think if we made, I think that sort of keeps that maintains the spirit of the highway tourist trap,
right?
While also, again, hopefully bringing it, updating it a little.
This is perhaps a stupid, boring idea, and it would take a while to build up to this.
Lay it on me.
World's longest. I don't want to say longest. Okay, let me say the idea, and then you help me with the superlative in the title.
Okay, sure.
It's an interactive make a candle. Everyone who stops just pours a little bit more wax on the thing.
The world's most collaborative candle.
There we go. But then as I'm saying it, I realize this is not bringing the tourist trap into the 21st century kicking and screaming. This is bringing the tourist trap back to the 1800s kicking and screaming. Yeah. So maybe not that. Okay. I
was thinking, so my initial idea is generally to infuse as much technology into whatever project I can think of.
Okay.
So what if we made it like I don't know, like a VR-cade as part of it,
okay.
Right? Like, and it could be, you could have some games, you could have some experiences that and you just have plenty of stations where people can like come over and do the thing.
Right.
Because what do you want to do more when you are driving through Arkansas than escape to somewhere else?
Okay. Yeah. I could see even like a whole section of the VR experience. Maybe it wouldn't be VR. This is like the outdoor side of the building.
Okay.
Because you know, at every arcade, there's like the go-karts and there's like those places. Instead of go-karts, it's drones. And there's like a whole drone maze, and you're trying to fly the drone through the maze with your camera, and you do races with the drones.
Yeah. I like that a lot, actually. That's really cool.
I would stop there.
I would stop there. Joel and Uriah's VR arcade and drone races.
Yes! And we could even make it the world's largest drone maze. It's like a corn maze, but for drones.
It is a corn maze.
Because it's Arkansas. Yeah.
So it's a corn maze, so that when on days, say we're having the wind is really bad, or we're having technical problems with the drones or whatever, you can still have a facility to do stuff. So you just go, you just have to drive back down the highway and flip all your signs over to say Joel and Uriah's VR arcade and drone maze to Joel and Uriah's VR arcade and corn maze. It's one word, it's one panel, and right, like on a billboard, it's probably going to be like one piece of plywood you have to flip over, and you're good.
All right. So it's raining, you flip it over to corn maze so people can go through the corn maze in the rain. Is that what you're thinking? Because drones in the rain seems like a bad idea, if that's what you were thinking.
Yes, drones in the rain does seem like a bad idea, but when you said it out loud the way that you said it, corn maze in the rain also sounds very bad.
I mean, I'm assuming there's mud involved and someone's losing a shoe.
Joel and Uriah's barefoot muddy corn maze experience.
Some of the best like family fun centers I've been to have more than just the arcade and the go-karting. I've also seen like batting cages and like bumper boats that squirt water at each other. I don't want to just steal those ideas. I want to take them and update them.
Right. I think bumper boats is probably bad because we can't I don't want to like, there's probably some insurance reasons why we couldn't have a pool.
Oh, probably.
So I think, and like, I don't want to go in there and clean it out. So like,
no, that's just, And
early on, we're going to be the only ones running this operation. So it's going to be something that we can do ourselves.
I've been to one of those places.
Yeah.
It had mini golf, but there was no of the fake turf. It was just all on concrete that wasn't quite level. So it was like you couldn't hit the thing and make the ball stay at all, except, and then out of the go-karts, only 2 of them were working of the 5. Out of the bumper boats, only 1 of them was working, so not much bumpering happening. The batting cages, there were 2. 1 was out of order. It was, Okay.
So
that's what it turns into if we make this too difficult on ourselves.
So I think we do 2 or 3 things really well. And we keep ourselves, keep it broadly interesting, but still focused enough that we can accomplish this on our own. While it's nice to drag this kicking and screaming into the 21st century, we should probably include something, because not every vacationer is going to get super hyped about drones, right? Like, there's some people who think that the drones are bad and they don't want to be a part of that, right? So we need something for that crowd to supplement the experience for them, right? So we can sort of cast a wide enough net to grab a few more folks.
Okay. I mean, going toward the batting cages, I mean, that's always fun because then you get to see, like, how fast did you hit it? Did you hit it in the right spot? I'm thinking something like that, but maybe with football. But even that, I feel like I've seen that. It's just like a throwing cage, and you just try to see how hard you're throwing it.
When you go to a baseball game, like a minor league baseball game, they've got, there's usually like a blow-up tent off to the side, and it's like, how fast can you throw this ball? Like, how fast can you throw a ball? And whoever has the fastest fastball by the end of the night gets like a gift card to Outback Steakhouse or something.
Right.
What if we did something like that, but instead of having daily prizes, we have like monthly prizes, right? So like we
just send it through the mail. Yeah.
And and that.
Okay.
And so to participate in the game, right? Like you have to you sign up for the mailing list, right? You give us permission to send you stuff. And then if you are the winner at the end, you get stuff. If you are the loser, which will be everybody,
we sell your information and you make more money off the side.
Well, that would be dragging it into the 21st century, kicking and screaming.
I mean, that's the logical next step, right?
Well, I was thinking we'd be able to send them the newsletter so that they could see all the excitement that's happening at Joel and Uriah's VR drone experience, corn maze, and fastball.
And when they click the unsubscribe button, then we sell their information. Yeah. Sorry. Never mind.
Listener,
that's a bad idea.
If you unsubscribe from this podcast, we will not sell your information.
First off, we don't have your information. Secondly, I hate it when that stuff happens to me. Yeah. So we wouldn't do it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does it have
Would you want to do... Okay, so you say, like, how hard can you throw... But what if it was something other than a baseball?
Please.
Or a softball.
What do you got?
Like,
what do you got?
Like, I don't know what a cricket ball is, but, like... From the game that happens across the pond, you cricket. Like, what if it was all like it's the throwing contest, but every month we change up what type of ball it is from a game that people here don't play.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe we just find 12 of those and we make it a cycle because we rotate through the year.
Yeah, I like that. Because then that gives people more reasons to come back.
Right.
So it's not just one time, right?
Who's got the record for the fastest cricket ball throw until Billy Bob comes over and breaks the record. Now Johnny Boy has to come back from Indiana and try to re-break the record,
right? So
that he can have his name up on the board again.
And then it becomes a like an annual thing for families to stop by, right? So they plan their vacation every year. Some family road trips from I don't know, Kentucky to California for Disney World, right? Or Disneyland.
Right.
And they stop. They're coming over I-40. They're like, hey, we should stop there, and they have a really good time. And then they find out about the annual leaderboard, and next year they come back because they want to see who's on top and if they can get themselves
they're still there. Yeah. Okay. You could do a cricket ball. I mean, it doesn't even have to be like, you could do like a racket ball or a tennis ball. And it's just
I think
golf ball. Oh, golf ball would be cool.
Yeah, and I think that we do a variety of sports, right? Because I don't know what cricket is, but baseball's cool, right? So like we could do those.
You'd probably have to do baseball during like peak season because that's the one everybody wants. But if you don't come during July, you can't be on the baseball leaderboard.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I like that.
That's how we run it.
Okay. I don't think we need to sit here and name 12 sports because then we'll be embarrassed about how we're not able to sit here and name 12 sports.
Yeah.
But we'll find the 12 sports and we'll do those
later.
R&D, get on it.
Yep. Thanks, R&D.
What are some of... so we have our sort of three broad categories, right? We have the like physical sports thing. We have the drone maze thing. We have the VR-cade. Do we want to dive in on what is going on at the VR-cade?
We probably should. Are you thinking proprietary equipment, or are we looking at like guinea pigging off of somebody else's...
Wow, guinea pigging is not the right... That would have been the correct...
Is it not?
No, that would be for like, if we were developing software and hardware and then giving it to people, they would be the guinea pigs. What I think you meant was piggybacking.
That's it. That's the one. Piggybacking. Man, that's not the first time it's happened to me this week where I've messed up the phrases and mixed two things together.
I think Joel, you might be getting up there in years. I think maybe literally just French fries might be closer than we think as far as retirement plans go.
I'm only 68 years old.
No, I was thinking it would probably be easier, at least to begin with, to like have off the shelf hardware, right? So like a bunch of Oculus or Vives or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you could probably contract with somebody. Like if this does well and it's kind of cool, we could contract with somebody to like create a custom experience every year.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah. But I also think that like for some people.
The first year we just get the VR of our corn maze.
Yes.
So that's always in there. People can do the virtual reality of the corn maze instead of going out and doing the corn maze.
No, and that's really good because when the weather's good, you can't do the corn maze because the drones are running through it. But if you do...
I just want to do the corn maze. I don't want to spend the extra money. Okay, so I'll go spend the extra money over here at the VR station so I can go do the corn maze. What?
Yes, there it is. Excuse me. Hey, I just had a really bad thought about the corn maze.
What
are we going to do in the winter when there's no corn to be in the corn maze? Or, like most of the year when there's not enough corn to do a corn maze.
I mean, that's why I started with just a drone maze, and it was just going to be set up with, like, walls and things.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, culvert type piping that you would have to navigate through and
sort of
all the walls and everything.
Yeah, it's like really edgy and industrial and sort of the opposite of a corn maze.
Right. That's what I was thinking when I said it originally.
Yeah.
I mean, but a corn maze, that doesn't discount the corn maze. You come in the fall, you get to do the corn maze with the drones.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
All right. Or we just leave a corn maze up literally all year round.
And the corn goes rotten and it smells bad.
But it's fine. It's there.
Oh, that's why you do Joel, yes, you get the VR experience of the corn maze when there's no corn.
There it is.
There it is. That's how we handle it. Okay, good. Crisis averted. I created a crisis in my brain. Oh, yes.
And the corn maze is our faces as an avatar next to each other. You have to go through the eyeglasses and everything.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's perfect, Joel.
Yes.
It's the most perfect thing I have ever heard. Yes, that's a great corn maze. I can't imagine any corn maze that would be better than our faces.
No,
there
can't be.
We'd be visible from Google Earth.
Yes, we would be. As long as we get the pictures done at the right time.
Yeah, that's true. Oh gosh, that's magnificent. Okay, cool. I'm actually really excited about that now.
Okay.
Okay.
So what kind of experiences were you thinking?
Honestly,
just to start out with in the VR.
So many people have never done VR, or they've only done like cheap, like phone-based VR, which isn't very good. So I think even just having like a bunch of Steam games that are VR compatible would be a good place to start.
I mean, I haven't done a whole bunch of VR.
So you would, yeah. So are you familiar with like Beat Saber?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only one I've ever done.
Okay. Well, so like I'm thinking there's probably that's probably one that we have because it's very popular and because it's very good. There's some other ones where Lucasfilm made a few like cool Star Wars experiences.
Okay.
That I don't know if we'd have whatever. We're just playing it with our friends.
I think we would have to, just to get into technicalities here, or not technicalities, legalities, we would probably either have to have a waiver or an age limit, because when I did do Beat Saber, we let my son, at the time he was 4, do that, and he thought it was awesome, but he also fell over.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit immersive for a young child who doesn't understand what's going on.
I don't think I'd let my 4-year-old do it, so that's just because like he's a particularly rambunctious one. I don't think it would be good for anybody.
Right. No, he definitely almost broke the TV too.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe we okay. Well, the legal, we can work out the legal stuff later. That's not
all right.
That's for Joel and Uriah's legal advice. Another podcast that we'll never make.
Writing it down right now. Joel.
I think that, again, at least to start out, we just have some off-the-shelf stuff, right? We buy a couple licenses for some Steam games and some Steam experiences, and let people just sort of do VR for the first time. If we're lucky, we could even partner with one of the major brands, and maybe they'd send us the equipment in exchange for like us demoing the product for obviously a huge number of patrons that would come through.
Obviously. And then we could even have like a gift shop type place where they could buy it because they're like, that was so fun. Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. I think that would be very effective. Speaking of gift shop, you brought up an interesting point and a key part of every tourist trap that I've ever been to, and it is the random crap at the gift shop. Right. Yeah. That has nothing to do with anything, but it's there. It's usually like cheap, crappy toys for kids to whine and complain about until they get what they want, until the parents finally give in. Yes. I think we have plenty of that. Have to. What are some things that you've seen there? Having always gone to those places with children, I think all I'm ever allowed to see is the cheap crap for the kids that they can whine and complain about until I finally give in and buy one of the things for them. Sure. What I'm trying to think of is things I would want.
want to see in a gift shop?
Souvenir t-shirts?
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Like for...
An airbrush station. For t-shirts.
Yes.
Airbrush t-shirts.
Yes.
Personalized for each person's experience.
Yes. Yep. There it is.
That's it.
We're going to have to hire an airbrush artist, but I think that's worth it. I think that's a worthwhile investment. But I think, and then you also have, I don't think, you can be a whole gas station, but you could be a convenience store, right? Like have some,
right. Okay.
Okay. You're gonna leave, here, grab something off the hot dog roller or, a bag of chips or a fountain drink or whatever on your way out.
Oh, taquitos.
Oh, keto.
Right.
They don't have those. It's COVID. They don't have
I
taquitos
know.
around anymore.
I like
Is it weird that I'm like nostalgic for the taquitos and the hot dogs that have been rolling for?
Well, I'm always disappointed when I eat them, but like I want one right now.
I know. It's been
yeah.
that bratwurst has been on there since the store opened at 6 a.m.
Yes.
But that doesn't stop me from wanting it.
Maybe instead of the convenience store type food, maybe this is where literally just French fries comes into play.
Yeah, you just park literally just French fries out in front and have a good French fry experience. You could also better yet, what if you just sort of outsource the entire, all of the food to food trucks, right?
Oh, there you go.
And you just and you do it for maybe not one day, right? You do week-long contracts or month-long contracts, to get them to come and stay
for a little bit. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right, because again, we're going to be out in the middle of a cornfield somewhere on I-40. Probably not going to have a nearby somewhere for a truck to just where it'd be worth it to make the trip every day,
right there. Yeah,
make it for one day. But if we come and make the stay for a week, that could be worth it. And so that way, and again, that gives people more incentive to stop every time because they're like, oh, I don't know what they're going to have.
Right, I like it. I'm coming back to the gift shop. I mean, you go to any tourist trap area, like a whole area of tourist traps, there's always that brochure rack of all the different places that you can go in the area. What if because we're in the middle of a cornfield, it's not a tourist area, what if we had those brochures, but from all around the country?
This is very good. I like this a lot.
Like one or two from each state.
Nobody local is going to be here, right? And there's not really a whole lot other than us in the area. So we have Joel, this is it.
Yes.
We strike up agreements with other tourist spots along I-40 and around the area.
Oh yes,
or all around the country, and we send them our brochures for them to display, and we display their brochures. It costs everybody nothing but the cost of brochures, which you were already printing, right, and a stamp and to send them along.
Yep.
But
that's nothing for almost free advertising.
Exactly. This is perfect.
I love it. And we get our name out there too.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Yes. There it is.
Yes.
Well,
there it is.
So is that
You got to have that rack. Yep.
So we got to have that rack. Is that our only marketing strategy, or do we need something else to put on the billboards?
I mean, we will have to put billboards. We will have to put billboards up somewhere so far away from where we are that people think it's worth traveling hundreds of miles to come see what we've got.
So how far? There's a number in your head you're thinking of right now. How
500.
far? 500 miles?
Yeah, 500 miles.
I think the first one is 500 miles away. I agree. I think that's good.
Yes.
And I think the first one's at 500. I think you see one again at 300, and then 2, and then 1.
And at 100, it says almost there.
And then at 100 miles, that's when you start your brutal, every other exit marketing strategy. You
have to,
yeah. And
100 miles, only an hour away. Start if you're driving 100 miles an hour.
You could be there right now if you had teleportation.
Which you can try out in the VR-cade with our new teleportation.
That's pretty wordy for a billboard, but I think we can work it out. Gosh, that
would be a cool program. Just you get to pick sites around the world that you're never going to be able to go to and do virtual reality of those sites. Yeah. Is that something that exists?
Probably.
Go see the pyramids.
Go
see Angkor Wat.
Probably. I think even just being able to go on Google Street View and go
shh. No, that doesn't exist. Only VR. So
no. I'm saying do Google Street View in VR. Like put like instead of right, like the camera is approximately 6 feet off, right? So like you just like teleport to there it is. You teleport to anywhere the Google Street car.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Huh. Anyway, sorry. Okay, sidetrack.
No, I never do that's that. Good. I think that's an effective, again, like we said, like, what do you want to do when you're going through Arkansas? Go literally anywhere else. So unless you're from Arkansas, in which case we probably love you.
We could easily just as easily be making fun of Nebraska at this point in time, because there's literally nothing there.
Nebraska is flatter than a pancake.
Yeah. Yes, I did know that. Well, you've told me this before. This
is wonderful.
Did you know that Nebraska is out of all the states where it ranks in tourist people going there for tourism, it ranks 50th out of all 50 states for tourism. Yeah. And so the Nebraska Tourist Department 2 years ago did a really great job advertising for that. It said, "Don't come to visit Nebraska. You wouldn't like it anyway." And it just shows people doing fun things in the background of these billboards saying, "Don't come visit us. You wouldn't like it."
Okay, so that's beautiful. It also means that there's way more opportunity in Nebraska than there is in Arkansas. So, well,
maybe we go up to I-80 and do Nebraska.
I think
because I-80 goes through there. All right.
I think you know what? Why don't we vote on it? Fans, friends, listeners.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Let us know in the comment section of whatever platform you're listening on, or Facebook or Twitter, where if you think we should be in Nebraska or Arkansas. That poll is going to go up, and it's going to be very confusing for anybody who didn't listen to the last several minutes of episode.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, I think that's enough. I think that's enough to work with. Honestly, I mean, that's as much idea as we've ever had. So
that right. This is a pretty decent one, if I do say so myself.
I do too. I would, you know what? I would attend. Okay, so what's the name of it now? Is Joel and Uriah?
Yeah, we haven't named it.
I've got it. I mean,
besides the Joel and Uriah. Okay, go ahead. Yep.
Joel and Uriah's VR arcade and drone maze and corn maze and convenience store and gift shop and food truck plaza incorporated. That's it. That's the name.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we need some help with that too.
we could do what DeYoupers do, and we could just lean into it, and we could just call it Joel and Uriah's
Tourist Trap. Yeah, I see that. I think yes,
because then how many literally just dads that are our age would be like, yes. This is it. This is the joke I
don't know who Joel and Uriah are, but they sound like decent stand-up fellas. Let's do it.
And they're gonna take their children, and they're gonna go, and they're gonna.
Oh gosh!
You know what I just realized is we made this whole thing for us, basically.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Which means that we just lean into that demographic. We market to 30-something dads, and there it is.
Yes. You know what?
Yes.
We should put this at or right next to some obscure historical marker. Just so there's a historical marker right there. First homestead on this side of the Mississippi was right here.
Yeah, no, that's good. I approve. And the more obscure, the better.
Right, yeah. It can't be anything anybody's actually going to see.
Right. It's like, hey, boosting tourism for that site. So that's good.
Right. Because it's just going to be a plaque there and not much else. All right. I think we have a pretty decent idea. I think we've got a good start to this. The wheels are on it, and we're starting to send it down the pipeline.
Yeah. Let us know if you would go to Joel and Uriah's Tourist Trap.
And if it should be in Arkansas or Nebraska.
There it is. We'll tell you all about where we are here in just a second in the credits. But until next time, friends, thanks for listening. I'm Uriah.
And I'm Joel.
And this has been a lot of fun. We'll see you next time.
Our intro and outro music is Kingdom by Phantom Sage. You can find them on SoundCloud and no copyright sound.
You can find us on Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts and maybe others. I don't know. Check back later.
Hey, if you've got a thought and you want to share it with us, you can email us at JoelandUriah@gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at JoelandUriah or like us on Facebook, Joel and Uriah. Any other dead social media platform, we're probably there too.
And thank you for listening to Joel and Uriah's Terrible Ideas.
We're the ones standing in the sky. We're taking upon our own allies. For all of the rules we abide by. For us to say our
Hey, Arkansasians, we do love you.
We think.